Hey, welcome back to MVP Hot Wheels. This is Diesel Mac, and like I said, last video I put in a bunch of Volkswagen Baja bugs um, into the MVP Hot Wheels website, and here is the first iteration of them. I will probably do a second video here a little bit later on, as there's kind of a bunch of them. Plus, there's a lot to kind of go through. There's a couple that I'm missing, so I'm gonna make sure I try to capture that as well. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump in. All right, first one is in yellow. We've got the Baja Bug with some racing decals like Valvoline and Champion there on the side. We do have the real riders on this. As far as I know, I've never seen one in package. You get the construction real riders in the back and the more street version in the front. I have one that has the street ones on the front, but I got it loose, so it's probably somebody wanted these wheels, pulled them off, and swapped them, or maybe they like these front wheels a little bit better, so they did that. But there could be a possibility that you could find one, but like I said, I've never seen one in a package or nothing, and nobody's really talked about it. Plus, they're easy enough to remove. But anyhow, we'll go back to it. You got black interior. And this is the early one. This is the Hong Kong base. It does have the Baja name on the base as well. And I thought there we go. That looks a little better. That gives us a little bit more light there. So that is the first one. We transition over to the Malaysia factory. So now we've covered up Hong Kong and put Malaysia there in its place, but everything else is the same. Then we have a white hub, so that is the difference on this one. Again, it's got that Bar Malaysia base and still has the name on it, but the only difference is these cool white hubs. There is a black wall version of it, so here's that. This one's pretty tough to get. You don't see this a lot. You see the other three with the real riders a lot more than you see this basic wheel, which is kind of interesting, as that's people feel like those are kind of the elite kind of Hot Wheels, but this one's pretty tough to get. Baja Bug and the Bar Malaysia. There may even be a Hong Kong version of this, but I have never seen that particular one. So that's something to look out for, and I'll definitely be looking out for it as well. If anybody wants to confirm that, they can down in the comments as well. And then same Tampo design, so Baja Bug, Valvoline, Champion, and all that. Just on a red body with red interior now. We have these white hub real riders with Goodyear tires on them, and this is going to have that Baja and the Bar Malaysia. So there's the last of that Tampo. We're going to transition over to the very common, well, I won't say very common because some of these are pretty tough to get, but more variations of the Blazing Bug Tampo with the flames. So same red, same wheels. We just get the Blazing Bug with some, in this case, white and orange flames. Red interior, still just like the last one. And here is that base Bar Malaysia with the Baja name on it. So pretty cool one. Sometimes these are hard to discern when they're sitting in the case or whatever like this. You're like, oh, which one is it? But just remember that there is two different variations for that one when you're looking at those. So always take a look and see. Out of a 3-pack, so I think it's a Stamper 3-pack, Real Riders, or just maybe a regular 3-pack. Tan interior, you got orange to yellow flames, white Blazing Bug, got the white hubs on this as well. A little bit tougher than the rest of these Real Riders. This one usually goes for just a little bit more. And there's a good one on eBay at the time of this video for like 25 or 30 bucks. That's I'd say that's a steal. I've seen these go for as much as $100 in good condition, and that one seemed to be fairly good condition. I didn't look at it super closely, but for the condition, definitely it could be mint. 30 bucks would be a steal on that, but that's the only place you can get this one, and it makes it just a little bit tougher. Then you have your white. So red to orange on the flames, purple Blazing Bug, same white hub, same red interior as the red ones that were in here earlier. It still has the Hot Wheels Baja Bug name and the Bar Malaysia. So there is that one. Now I am missing, as we transition over to the Blackwall wheels, there is one that has the name still on it. I have yet to get that one at this point. But they've covered up that name. They still have the bar Malaysia, so this is kind of the next one after that. But there is one with the name. And then there's two I don't have also. They've kind of remade the base, and you're gonna have, let's see here, Hot Wheels kind of base. Let's see what this one has. Kind of like this one here. You'll have it where the Malaysia, so on this white one you'll have this base here, and then there's one with Malaysia more set in the middle. And I think these two bugs, white with plastic bodies, have both those bases. But you'll see those. I don't have either one of those bases yet either, so two more to track down for base variations on these. All of these will have the medium front wheels and large rear wheels, except for the end one here, and then that will carry on throughout the rest of these variations in the video. There is a Hot Wheels logo variation, so there's this one here. So like I said, I'm just missing the Hot Wheels spelled out. This one has Malaysia in the middle, so that could kind of be the transition to it. And like I said, there's one with Malaysia over to the left, but everything else is the same. Orange or red to orange flames, purple Baja or blazing bug, red interior, but this one is the small, or no, this is the medium front wheel. And then, goodness, getting ahead of myself, the small front wheel, so you can kind of see that here. I thought I saw one of these on eBay recently, and I was looking for one of the guys that was helping with variations that pointed out some of these I didn't have. I couldn't find it, but I didn't think this was that hard, but apparently it must be pretty tough because he didn't have this one. And so if I find another one, I'm going to shoot it his way first, and then if there's people online, I'll give it to them next. But yeah, everything else is the same. This has the middle kind of base, I would guess, or number two. Excuse me. The number two base, in a sense, because we had Blazing Bug with the bar Malaysia, and then you get this bar here where they've taken it off, and then you've got the newer base where there's no bars, and Malaysia to the left, and then Malaysia in the middle, and then the Hot Wheels logo. So all those bases, but this one is comes with the wheel so far that I've seen. And like I said, this is the only one that I've paid attention to, because I just assumed there was more of them. And I bought that one because I didn't have the variation, so that's the only wheel variation or base variation on that one that I've seen so far. All right, next one. These next five are international only. So you get same red interior, yellow to white blazing with red blazing bug on it. Cool purple, paint job on this. Like I said, the rest of these are all going to have the medium front wheels and large rear wheels. This is that, we'll just call it like number two base. I guess it's really number three because the first one had Hong Kong, right? But we'll figure out. I was going to think about doing that on the Hot Wheels website, is numbering the bases and having a place where I have all the different bases and just put a number assigned to it. And then that way, if you needed more detailed information about the base other than the picture and the description I put on each one of these, you can kind of go through that, or just see the transition of bases together. So that might be something to do on the website somehow. But anyhow, this is, like I said, international only. Came on the older kind of black and blue cards, so pretty cool piece. The difference on this next one is just that base variation, and now we have the Hot Wheels logo. Knowing that there's some transition bases in between, that could be a possibility, but I don't think that I've seen any, or at least I know I haven't seen any, and it's not recognized with some other avid Volkswagen collectors. All right, then we transition to red, but they didn't change the tempo, so you still have this kind of reddish blazing bug there, which is tough to see. You got the yellow to white there. You do get the black interior, but it will switch back to red here later on with another color of a blazing bug. This is the earlier base, so the bar over the name and the bar Malaysia. And the difference of this one to the next one is just that base. You get the Hot Wheels logo base on this one. Everything else is the same. There is a black interior with the blue blazing bug, which makes it a little bit easier to read. So there's a black interior with this blue that I'm missing, and then here you see this one with red interior. This one is the Hot Wheels logo base, and that black interior one I believe is a Hot Wheels logo base as well. So got one more to track down, and then I'll have all those, and I'll get the picture of it for you guys up on the website. All right. My other one is sitting, unfortunately, with the VCR tapes cars. This is the earlier base, but you got this metallic red or metal flake red, orange to yellow. Here's that blue blazing, so pretty similar to that one except for the flame changes color. And this, like I said, earlier base, bar over the name, bar Malaysia, and there is a Hot Wheels logo base that I do have. It's just sitting in the case with all of the VCR tape cars. So there's that one. Then you have this cool red with some different colored metal flake, kind of a cool little piece that came out in the mid-90s. I did a bunch of cars kind of like this in that time period. Big flakes and everything. And this one, like I said, this has the newer base where they've changed out the bar base and all that kind of stuff, right? And so no name and Malaysia, like I said, is over here to the left, but you could also probably find it on the middle for this one. But I just learned about that variation recently, so I'll be looking for that to see if that variation exists. All right, then out of the 5-pack, now we have some plastic bodies, which probably started with the Color Effects ones, but now you have this out of the 5-pack. The difference between these two here is you got more of a purple in the tampo here, the flame checkered tampo, and this one's got more blue into it. There's a variance of colors out there for all this kind of stuff. It's like if you look at this one still kind of has the bluish in there, but look how much different it is from that one. So I didn't go crazy on variations on those because it's just, there's pretty much everything in between on there. This will be tough to tell, but these bases are different. So here's that same base as you saw with that red metal flake, where the Malaysia is kind of over here to the left. This fluorescent pink or whatever is kind of thick paint, so it kind of covers all that up. But this one is the one in the middle. You can clearly see that it's sitting in the middle, so there's a difference in the base for that. So I would be curious if there's variants of that, because again, I wasn't even tracking that. So I'm going to add that information to the website for these, and then we'll see. I got a bunch of 5-packs with these cars in them, so I'll see if I have any base variations for those as well. And then we get this 5-spoke, so kind of the transition. This is kind of why I cut off this one, because now we're going to get into more of the mid-90s stuff. And there's a couple with black wall wheels on them, but they're more of they're made in India, and they kind of carry that basic wheels through a few more years than what Malaysia did. But this is the, like I said, gold 5-spokes. And this is more the blue in the checkered design, and this base has Malaysia over to the left, which I need to add that information in. So I got a little bit to do, but there you go. There is the first wave of the Volkswagen or Baja bugs. Like I said, I'm missing a couple variations. I'm missing 3 base variations for that white one, which is just kind of crazy. There could be base variations available for the small front wheel, and then I'm missing the red interior with the blue blazing bug tampo. And then, like I said, there could be some others of those ones in the back row now that we know that there's a new base. So thanks, Daryl, for pointing that kind of information out, and I'll be adding that to there. And then, like I said, I'll get into the mid to late 90s Volkswagen Baja bugs in the next video. And then I got some work to do on the 32 Fords. But if you're appreciating the videos, hit that like button, subscribe if you want to. We're working our way up to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. We're going to do a big giveaway once we get to there, and then we're going to be giving away, I kind of hinted at it, but there's going to be a car similar to one of these on the table that's worth about $50 or more, and that's going to be our first giveaway on the website. I have a fairly minty one. Actually, I have a mint one, I'll say it that way. We'll say blister pulled, because you know some of them come out with some defects, but this one is a blister pull for sure, and that will be the first one. So once we get up to 50 subscribers on the MVP Hot Wheels website, we will start doing that giveaway, and that one will be the first one. So get on there and subscribe. It's only $5 a month, and you get to start tracking your collection. All of these that I've put in so far, you can track to see if you have them. If you're really into variations like I am and some other people are, and want all these base variations, this is probably the only site you're going to see that type of information in there. I go back and forth with these variants, these color variants that it could possibly be. So sometimes there's like these here, you have this light, change in a bunch of the color. But if you're looking at a picture, the picture could, distort that color a little bit and makes it tough to tell which one you have from my website to what you're looking for or what you have in hand and all that kind of stuff. So I try to keep away from that a little bit, but if it becomes, more of a known variation, I'll try to add those as well, and then take a picture to show, light and dark, but that doesn't help a whole lot. You're just going to have to know that it exists, and then when you're out there hunting at flea markets and, conventions and all that kind of stuff, that you'll have to, kind of see it in hand to see, try to remember, do I have the light green or the dark green? But that's kind of how my thinking on it is. And like I said, if you guys push for having variations that come up that I don't have on there, and there's a couple of people that are looking for it, then I'll make the change and add that particular one, and then I got to go find one so I have an example of it to show those difference in colors. So it's kind of how it works. But yeah, so appreciate everybody watching the videos. Thanks for all the support I've had so far, and I'll see you guys in the next one.